stuck into this anytime.
On your way, it's transforming as you are. We're in Gilmartin Park, Kilchimar.
Here we are today, Gilmartin Park, Kilchimar. Bit late starting, but as we look now, Peter Brennan on the ball down there in the right wing. Soloing in, being closely pursued. Drops it. Takes out to Alan Riley out in the corner. Swings it across. It's going to land into the goalie, John Dunn's hand. Clears out the left wing, finds John McCallion. John McCallion has time, solos, looks up. Plays a long ball in there towards Adrian Moran, who gathers, closely pursued by Henry Honeyman. A foul free in, foul by Robert O'Connell. Being brought in 10 yards by the ref. Robert O'Connell protesting, and it's been brought in another further 10 yards. Kicks it over the bar. Score at this stage of the game is 2-2 to 2 points. Favour of Charlestown. Charlestown goalkeeper Pat Durkin races out to the 21 with the ball. Places it. Kick out down there to the right wing. Up goes Anthony Hanley, gathers it. Tackled by Anthony Conway. Ball kicked in. Robert O'Connell gathers, drives it down far down the right wing. Alan Riley races out to it. Gathers. Played inside. Conor Healy going down on the ball. Must be a free. Closely pursued. Plays out to Peter Brennan. Swings on his left foot. Ball has gone high. Chris Caulfield in under it. Ball is broken away from him. Adrian Moran gathers it. Kicks it long. Down there Sean Gavigan. Falls to Gary Smith. Robert O'Connell goes down in it. Free into Charlestown. Robert looking for a player to play a short pass to sees no one. Has to deliver it long. Ball is kicked in high, right down the middle, under John McCallion. Breaks. David Tiernan races out. Paddy Cunny, I think. Being tackled by David. Blocked down, well played. Gathers, plays it back out. Peter Brennan going through, races through, swings on his left foot. It's not gone out yet, is it? It's gone wide. John Dunn placing the ball on the edge of the 6-yard box. Taking this kick out. Neither side have the benefit of any breeze. Seems to be at our backs, blowing crossfield. Kick out, high ball, drops out there. Anthony Conway in under John McCallion. Ball is picked up by Play on. Tackled out there. Robert O'Connell races out. Gary Smith gathers. Being tackled by Sean Gavigan. Adrian Moran. Being totally attended by Kevin McCudden. Breaks through. Henry Honeyman is after him. Sean Gavigan lunges. Henry Honeyman after him. Takes a shot. Gone to the left and gone wide.
Must for the late start here, Colin. We were actually late on the way up with the amount of traffic coming to this game.
The outside broadcasting outfit apologise to our punters for their late start. We're delayed by the amount of the volume of traffic attending this game. Ball drop. Kevin O'Hagan gets us free. Plays a short one across to Spewy, I think they call him. Into Kevin O'Hagan. Been tackled. Turns. Blocked down. Anthony Conway plays the ball. Kicks it long. Peter Brennan is out there on his own. Peter has loads of time. He solos. He's soloing through. He's going through. Keep going, Peter. He's continue to solo in through. Keep going. Play it inside. Blocked. It's a good save by John Dunn. Out to Paddy Cunny. Plays it wide. Conor Healy races out to it. Conor goes down and it turns inside. Yes, turns his man. Turns. Plays a pass in. Peter Brennan. Kicks it high. It's going to drop short in the square. Square ball. Quick free played out there. Costello. In long. Sean Gavigan races out to it. Sean Gavigan's ball. He turns back. Plays a short pass. Brendan Horkin. Out there. Is Anthony Conway. Plays a short pass into Peter Brennan. He turns his man. Yes, he's soloing too. Kicks it in high. Conor Healy is in after it. Ball collected by the Swinford cornerback. Solos out the far wing. Closely pursued by Conor. He plays his pass, which goes out over the sideline. Must be said, Peter Brennan is wasting a lot of ball there. Charlestown sideline to be taken by John Casey out there in the far wing. Plays a short pass into David Tiernan. Plays it back. Plays the return. Turns on his left foot. Kicks it in high. Over the bar. Great score by John Casey. Charlestown lead 2-3 to 2 points. Two early goals. First one scored by Alan Riley. The second one scored by Conor Healy.
We might get them into action replay later on.
John Dunn sets the ball. Takes a step back to take this kick out. John, a sub-goalkeeper on the Mayo minor team last year. Kicks well, kicks out to the far wing, it's a low one. Runs out there and it's going to run out over the sideline. Out there is David Tiernan. Plays in his ball, Peter Brennan is up for it. Well held by Peter. Peter goes into the far corner, doubles back, plays in the ball to Chris Caulfield, solos it. Looking for a man outside, finds Alan Riley, shot blocked down. Out to Peter again. Good defending, great defending by the Swinford backs. And it's a free out. Hot ball. Excuse me. It's hopped in, Alan Riley up, breaks it in towards Peter Brennan. He's gone down in it. He turns back. Must be said, free out, over carrying. Charlestown seem to be playing themselves into the wrong part of the field. Out there is Anthony Hanley and Anthony Conway. It's broken down and picked up by Kevin McCudden. Kevin gets his free, leaves the ball down. Free to be taken by John Casey. Out there he's about 35 metres out on the right wing. Looks up, steadies himself. Kicked in a high ball. All the way, great point by John Casey. Must be said, can I mention our production team here today? We have on camera here Kieran McBride. And for his views, mid-match views, we have Mark O'Donoghue, all the way from England. Got a look at Mark there.
Hello, how are you? Our compatriot over there in the corner, Swinford camp. He's from the other Swinford Network News.
Yep, Swinford News.
I'm not too sure about the Swinford camp at the moment here, but we're optimistic.
So Anthony Conway picks up the break out there. Alan Riley races out to it. Well, Anthony Conway plays in the ball. Chris Caulfield is up, broken in. David Tiernan inside. Oh, yes, Anthony Conway. And kicks it over the bar. Must be said, he had men inside there that he could have punched the ball to. Goal chance there went to begging. Good point nonetheless by Anthony Conway. Well played, Anthony. John Dunn seems to have a path worn to his 21-yard line here. Once again comes out to set the ball. Must be said, it's a nice evening for football.
But cold when you're standing around.
Mal, have you any input here for us?
Not at the moment, just observing things pretty closely here, and I'll give you my comment at half-time.
Broken down by John Casey to Anthony Conway, who plays it inside. Ball goes in there to the Swinford cornerback, picked up, cleared out the wing. Picked up by Brendan Horkin, plays his pass back to John Casey. Plays a short one to Alan Riley, who turns, plays in a low ball to the middle. Conor Healy is onto it. Yes, no, it's picked up by cleared out here towards Anthony Conway, picks it up, kicks the ball, it's gone to the right and gone wide.
Charlestown going for their fourth East Mayo title in a row, I do believe, Colin, today.
Yes,
Touch of
Karen
excellence,
going for four in a row. Karen goes into the archives there and digs out that. Our Karen here is a mind of information.
Yourself and
Know your sport, Jimmy McGee.
yourself and a number of other players are holders of 3 consecutive medals, and Robert O'Connell, I think, is going for a 4th in a row, is he?
Yes, that would be true to say, Karen.
To make history.
Kicked out by John Dunn, dropping short in there. Picked up by John McCallion. Shot blocked down by Peter Brennan. Peter's running onto it. Free in, free out. Swinford cornerback plays it long and high out the middle. Picked up by Kevin McCudden. Plays a fisted pass into David Tiernan, who plays a 1-2 return. John Casey kicks over the bar. John Casey, must be said, is having a great game here at midfield.
Seems to be all Charlestown all at the minute, Colin.
One-way traffic. Swinford mentor there, Billy McNicholas shouting in loads of instructions to his player. There seems to be a change now. Anthony Hanley seems to be going into the corner forward line, and Gary Smith seems to be coming out to mark Anthony Conway. John Dunn kicks the ball out the right wing. Gary Smith is out under it, picked up by David Tiernan, fouled. Chris Caulfield on the ball, looks up, solos, fist pass into Alan Riley, in behind his man. Oh, he fluffs the chance, it's gone wide. Hard luck, Alan, there. Must be said it was a shooting opportunity for Chris Caulfield.
Culture has been a happy hunting ground for Charlestown in the last year, Colin. We won the junior title here last summer. A lot of players involved here that played in that as well.
Peter Brennan on the ball once again, plays a fist pass to Alan Riley, drops the ball, it's picked up out there on the right wing, plays a short pass, dispossessed by David Tiernan, who turns inside, solos, looks up, plays his pass into the middle towards Anthony Conway, who snaps at it and kicks it wide.
Who takes the 2 points? The referee for today's game is
Larry McAlin.
Larry McAlin from Culture. And
John Dunn with the kick out. Dropping under, John Casey's in under, breaks it. Chris Caulfield goes down and dispossessed. Swinford back, soloing out, must be said. Gets us free. Stands up, takes a look, kicks it long. Up in the air, down here this right wing in unders. Henry Honeyman is in under with Michael Costello. Solos up the right wing, still. Plays a short ball inside, Gary Smith is in after it. Plays it low across the front of the goals, where Robert O'Connell is under it. Solos out with it, plays a bad pass, picked up by John McCallion in the middle. Solos through, takes a shot, high and over the bar. Point for Swinford. Must be said, a very bad pass out there by Robert O'Connell.
First point for Swinford in the last 10 minutes.
And the score now is
2-6 to 3 points, I believe.
2-6 to 3.
Pat Durkin in the Charlestown goals hasn't had a lot to do, but sets this ball and takes a step back. Looks up, picks a spot. Where is he going to kick this ball? Ball is out here to this left wing. John Casey's in under it, goes upward, picked up, gets his free there, fouled by Chris Caulfield, kicks it in high again into their target man Anthony Hanley, picks up the ball, goes out there left, turns, kicks it up in the air, it's come back in. Kevin McCudden in under it, Michael Costello in under it, ball there, hot ball is the judgment. Charlestown have to get men back behind this ball. Hops it up, caught by Kevin McCudden. Well played, Kevin. Clears. Back to Michael Costello. Foul by Kev McCudden. The referee catches this number 10 stealing a few yards, sends him back, sets the ball for this free. He's about 30 metres out here on the left, to the right of the goals. An ideal kick for a left-footed player. Henry Honeyman stands in front of the ball, runs up, takes a shot, kicks it low. Oh, very bad ball. Henry Honeyman clears it out here. It's going out towards the sideline. He draws, kicks it low up along the wing. Chris Caulfield is down on it, gathers possession, kicks it long. Conor Healy, David Tiernan is after it. David Tiernan is going to get position, plays it in over. Yes, well down on it. Dives on it. Chris Caulfield fails to gather position, it's gone out over the sideline. Ball to Swinford. Swinford number 2 here, coming to take his kick. Kicks it in long. In under it is Sean Gavigan. Anthony Hanley, gathered by Anthony Hanley, takes his shot, kicks it over the bar. A point for Swinford. Score at this stage of the game is 2-6 to 4 points. With 3 minutes left in this first half. Pat Durkin steps back, looks up to take this kick out. 21 yards out. Runs up, takes a shot, kicks it high ball. Good kick out. Must be said, hand on back there. Chris Caulfield plays a punch pass across the middle to Anthony Conway. Oh, dispossessed out there. Gary Smith plays it in high. Must be said, Anthony Hanley's given Sean Gavigan a bit of a roasting out here. Plays it across over the bar. Another point from Anthony Hanley. That's 2 in a row he has kicked, and Charlestown must do something to thwart that danger. He's
2-6 to 5.
The score at this stage is 2-6 to 5. Swinford gradually clawing their way back into this game after a shaky start. Charlestown mustn't let them settle and get their confidence. Henry Honeyman is free out here in this wing. Pat Durkin chooses to kick the far wing. So out under it is David Tiernan. Up under it. David Tiernan down, picks up the ball, kicks it in low. Alan Riley's running out to it. Go down on the ball, Alan. Well played, Alan. Bust through, must be a free. Free into Alan Riley, well played. Charlestown captain Robert O'Connell shouting orders into his players. Out there in the far wing, Alan Riley sets the ball. He's about 30 metres out to the right of the goals. Well, kickable free for the man of Alan's calibre. Gathers himself. Runs up, takes his shot. It's high. It's off the upright. Peter Brennan. Yes. Oh no, it's gathered by a defender. Blocked down by Chris Caulfield. Wide ball. Must be said a let off for Swinford there. Hit an upright and a crossbar there in that space of 2 seconds. John Dunn. Definitely. John Dunn anyway sets the ball, comes up for his kick out. Runs up to kick it. It's coming out this left wing. Under it is John Casey and John McCallion. Gathered by John McCallion. He's on the ground, tackled by Chris Caulfield and Conor Healy. Well played. Blocked down. Gary Smith is in under it, chased by Anthony Conway. Sean Gavigan and Anthony Hanley Tusselford. Picked up by Kevin McCudden. Kicked long down here, and John Casey's in under it. Turns inside. Solos through. John Casey is soloing through, so he is. Continually plays Peter Brennan out in the far wing. Peter looks up, shot half blocked down. Alan Riley chases out, goes down on it. Tackled out there in the far wing, plays it back out to Peter Brennan. Looking through the man, going through the middle is Anthony Conway. Turns back. John Casey over the bar. Great score for Charlestown. Must be said, well played by Alan Riley out there in the far wing and Peter Brennan. Laid on this chance for John Casey. I think John Casey has kicked 4 points at this stage of the game.
275.
Score at this moment is 2-7 to 5 points in favour of Charlestown. John Dunn once again places the ball on the 21-metre line. Steps back. Lets his player get out to mark his man. Looks up. Tells his players to face up. Runs out. Kicks it out there down the right wing. Well played by David Tiernan. Caught out there. Plays it into the middle. Peter Brennan drops it. Picked up. And played long. Towards Kevin O'Hagan. Closely marked by Robert O'Connell out there. Plays it low inside to Anthony Hanley. Pushed in the back by Sean Gavigan. Free into Swinford. Out there in the right wing. 30 metres out. John McCallion runs out to take this free. Places it. Runs up. Take this free. Low one. Inside. Gathered. And kicked over the bar. Must be said slack marking by the Charlestown defenders. Many of them caught at sea. The score now is 2-7 to 6 points in favour of Charlestown. Pat Durkin once again places the ball. Steps back. Decides not to use this option of Henry Honeyman free out here in the swing. Steadies himself, looks up, plays his pass. High ball, dropping low, short out there in the far wing. Out after it is Brendan Horkin. Turns in and is brought out over the line. Unhappy about the decision, throws down the ball. Picked up by the Swinford half forward. Steals a couple of yards up here. Plays a short pass, John McCallion races for it. Marked by John Casey. Plays it back out the right wing. Left footed kick. High. Way wide. Wide as the proverbial gate, to say. Pat Durkin goes out after it. Kick out after that wide ball. 6 yards out. Must be said a good deal of support from both camps up there in the stand this evening. Pat Durkin kicks it. Out the right wing. Out after it is David Tiernan. Drops into his hands. Turns inside. Solos. Looks up. Solos again. Plays a bad pass. Anthony Conway's in after it. Oh, takes a heavy shoulder there. Goes down again on it. Kicks. Blocked down. Picked up. Free in for Swinford. Must be said the ref isn't really with the play. He could do it being a bit closer. Left footed kick in. Oh, mistake. Anthony Hanley's out after it. Good save by Pat Durkin. Picked up by Kevin McCudden. Blocked down by Michael Costello. Peter Brennan races out after it. John McCallion punches it back in. Michael Costello. Kevin O'Hagan. All the way across the goals. Out. Line ball. Sideline ball to Charlestown. Short one. Played in. Half time the ref. In Kilchuma. And I have my interviewees here. Mark O'Donoghue all the way from London. And Micheál O'Hare, as he calls himself, from Swinford. So we'll have a word with Mark. What are his views on the first half?
I think that the two goals we got early on in the beginning of the game were very good goals, well taken and everything. But the only problem is that what happened was the Swinford lads were just a bit lax at that time, and they got caught out. And that has been to a great advantage of Charlestown, because it has given them a brilliant boost to the game, and they've held their heads up and kept going. Swinford have been fighting back in midfield. They seem to be bringing a couple of extra men into the midfield area, and they're using them, but not very effectively. The ball seems to be dropping Charlestown way, but at the same time they're still picking up the odd score here and there, and they're doing pretty okay. But Charlestown are still battling back just as hard and giving them all they can give. Other than that, our backs are seen pretty tight at times, but there's one or two Swinford forwards, likes of Adrian Mooring and Anthony Handley, who seem to be getting the break away from our guys, and they're not able to catch them. The Charlestown backs are not able to catch them at times.
Okay, Mal. We'll get a word in from the Swinford camp here. What are your views on the first half?
No comment.
Well, that's it.
I would like to say that Charlestown got off to a superb start. There were 2 goals, and then Swinford have been after them ever since, and they've had a job trying to breach that gap of 2 goals. But as you can see from the scoreboard over there, they are keeping in touch, and I expect great things for them in the second half.
Yeah, it was a real morale boosting 2 goals for Charlestown. It helped them. Whatever nerves were in the team, it definitely settled them with those 2 early goals. But Swinford have been getting their edge back. Anthony Hanley has proven a real handful in there, and as well as John McCallion is picking up a lot of ball at midfield.
That's right. I think Charlestown have played the more fluent football in the first half. But as I say, I see the teams are coming back on the field now again, and we're expecting better things from Swinford for the second half. And by the way, if Swinford don't win this, and there's anyone down there from Charlestown looking for a tape of this match, well, they can contact me at 094 84 180, and that's for Kevin.
Thanks, Kevin. So, as Kevin said, the teams are coming back out for the second half out there. Charlestown. There we have a view of the large crowd in attendance here this evening. A lot of familiar faces in there among the Charlestown support.
A chubby boy called John Willie in there somewhere, I believe.
It's great to see such a good attendance out for this final now on such a fine evening. 3 noticeable Charlestown senior players down there in front of the stand. We have Seamus Gallagher and Clement Riley and Tommy Halligan, and that man from Glasgow, James Brett, is among them.
Disappointed that Glasgow Celtics defeat during the week at the hands of Glasgow Rangers.
The ball is thrown in, up under Anthony Conway. Free there. For what, I wonder? Ball is placed by Adrian Moore, who seems to have returned to defence. Kicks the ball long. It's a high ball right in front of the Charlestown goals. Up under, broken away. Picked up by Robert O'Connell out the right wing on his left foot. Clears it out the wing, and it's going to go out over the sideline for a Swinford ball. Must be said there was 3 Charlestown defenders jumping for that ball. There's a number 10 in a lot of space out the far end. Robert O'Connell races out after him. It's out on the end line out there, turns. It's gone wide. No? Gone to the right and gone wide, yes. Thrown back by the umpire into Pat Durkin. Returns to the opposite side of his goal to take this kick out. Places the ball.
Big names in the Swinford team, Colin. We 2 Mayo minors of last year.
Seem to be absent.
Oh, they're missing.
Yeah. Swinford must be said are missing 2 Mayo minors, Paul Cunny and Michael Smith. Ball kicked out by Pat Durkins, a high one dropping under. Brendan Horkin goes up. Anthony Hanley broken in. Anthony Hanley collects, hops the ball, looks up, kicks the ball. It's going high across the goals. Gone wide. Must be said he was given a lot of space there. Sean Gavigan seems to be at sea in there.
Swinford had to line out without their 2. Michael Smith
and Paul Cunny, Paul Cunny has been in great form for Swinford this year.
We had Mr. Paul Welch here from Cutchamart too.
Yes, he's directing
traffic here,
ordering some young boys down off the dugouts. Kicked out by Pat Durkin out the right wing here. Under it was John McCallion. Must be said he got a free there for I don't know what. Kicked in long. Anthony Hanley is afterward turns. Sean Gavigan is in close attendance. Drops the ball. Plays it back out. Shot. Is it curling in? Gone wide. Good chance gone. A begging there for Swinford. Must be said Charlestown must get settled and not lie back on their laurels. The lead at this stage 276 points. Kevin McCudden comes out this left wing here. Pat Durkin looks up, runs out to take this kick. Ball is high, out into the middle. Anthony Conway and Gary Smith. Picked up again, John McCallion. plays a pass out the wing, and Gary Smith solos through, plays his pass out right out the far wing, gathered out there by Michael Costello. Anthony Hanley once again picks it up. Marty turns and kicks it over the bar. The score is 2-7 to 7 points in favour of Charlestown. Swinford getting the better of the exchanges at the moment. Swinford appear to be warming up a sub here on the sideline, getting his last minute directions as he warms up. Pat Durkin once again with the kick out, 21 yards out, runs out, kicks the ball, comes out high out this right wing. Who's up? Broken in there, Adrian Moran picks the ring, kicks left footed, high, down here this wing, out of it, under it is Brendan Harkin. Gathers, comes this wing, looks up, plays his pass down the wing, it's going inside to Alan Riley, no, Adrian Moran. Peter Brennan plays the ball through, he's clean too, takes a heavy challenge there, 2 heavy challenges, still after it. Ball drops out, Alan Riley tackles, ball is cleared the far wing, Anthony Conway fails to gather it. Drops out that swing, Kevin O'Hagan plays a short ball in front to Anthony Hanley. Ball breaks loose, Sean Gavigan gathers, looks up, plays it, oh bad ball, right back in there, three Swinford defenders, picked up, played left footed out, Gary Smith out in the far wing, looks up, kicks it long, in here to Sean Gavigan, who must be fouled, no, picked up by Spewy, played left footed in, Henry Honeyman, drops it, yes, gathers, Solos plays a short pass out, John Casey out here. Solos plays a return pass, Brendan Harkin on this swing. Solos the ball. Kicked low in, Alan Riley is out frontford. Must be say he was pulled down there. Gets away, gets back up, Solos inside. Drops the ball, picks it up again. Oh, must be fouled, definitely. Well played, Alan. Alan Riley steadies himself, thought about a short one there. Turns, comes back out again, places his ball, he's going to take this free off the ground. He's about 45 metres out, just to the right of the Charlestown goal. Conor Healy runs for a short one. As Kieran said there, Swinford seem to be getting the better of the exchanges, seem to have more bite in them for this second half. A high ball in by Alan Riley, just goes to the right and wide. Swinford have brought the deficit back to just those 2 goals. 6 points Charlestown lead by. John Dunn in the Swinford goal. Swinford have introduced a sub. New man in there on Brendan Harkin. John Dunn kicks it out. Ball is high out the middle. Up for it is Gary Smith. John Casey breaks away. Chris Caulfield is in on it. Chris goes down on it, picks it up. Punch pass in. David Tiernan. Peter Brennan is clean too. Turns, shoots over the bar. Great score by Charlestown. That's more like the Charlestown of old. Vintage stuff there. The short passing game. That should help to settle Charlestown's exchanges. Peter Brennan, must be said, is having a pretty good game. Had a good first half. Peter Brennan found himself a lot of space, being closely marked, proving such a threat that Adrian Moran has returned from the forwards to defence to try and curb that threat. John Dunn with the kick out once again, kicks it high out the middle. Chris Caulfield is in under it, one up, one-handed. Kevin McCudden busts through, low ball in. Adrian Moran solos the ball, kick delivers long. Robert O'Connell is in under it, and Anthony Hanley. Robert O'Connell to pick up this break, fouled by Kevin O'Hagan, looks up, takes his time, delivers long out this right wing here. Out to it is Peter Brennan once again. Closely tackled, knees the ball to Adrian. John Casey, oh, ref. A head high tackle there, caught John Casey right in the face. Needs attention, Bobby O'Connell races in and James Kilroy. Down, slightly dazed John Casey, I'd say. John Casey seems to be alright. He's to his feet again. Must be a hot ball for what, I wonder. John McCallion gathers, left-footed, high down this right wing. Out after it is Anthony Hanley and Sean Gavigan. Out over the sideline, Charlestown ball. Down there in the right wing, Charlestown ball. Kick to be taken by Brendan Horkin. Looks up. Wonders what his options are. Delivers long. Into the middle there. David Tiernan is out after it. Blocked down, well played, Anthony Conway. The ball goes out over the sideline and it's a Swinford line ball. Adrian Moore looking up, wondering to take his kick. Delivers high and out across the middle. Out towards Michael Costello and Henry Honeyman. Broken in, picked up by Kevin McCudden. Picks it up, outside, left footed kick, over carries. Free in for Swinford. Charlestown want to gather themselves together. They're giving a lot of free men. Kick in by Michael Costello in there towards John Casey. Oh, picked up, through. Must be a goal. Yes, goal for Swinford. Score now is 2-8 to 1-7 in favour of Charlestown. Charlestown seem to be dying in these exchanges at the moment. Seem to be lying back. Charlestown can't allow that much space. Time for Charlestown to gather themselves at midfield out here. We seem to be at 6s and 7s. Pat Durkin with the kick out. Delivers long down the right wing, out there towards Chris Caulfield, who breaks away from his man, solos in, plays a short pass. Must be said caught Conor Healy unawares there. Conor tackles his man, hassles well. Ball is kicked in high towards Anthony Hanley again. Broken in, picked up by Robert O'Connell. Beats his man, solos out. Plays it long and high. In there only no one, in there only a Swinford man. Adrian Moore. Adrian Moore with the ball. Looks up. Takes the kick from his hands. Kicks it in high and long. Looking for Anthony Hanley again. Sean Gavigan is behind us. Broken on. Finding the number 10, Kevin McCudden. He's inside. Pulled down. It's inside. Looks inside the box. It's going to be a penalty kick. 'Tis a penalty kick. Must be said slack marking there again in the Charlestown defence. John McCallion steps up, takes the responsibility for the kick. Captain of the Swinford side. County under-21 Mayo goalkeeper last year, John McCallion. Seems to have acquired a midfield berth this year for his native Swinford. Steps back. Pat Durkin in the Charlestown goals, braces himself. John McCallion looks back. Runs up, takes his kick. Off the crossbar, rebounds out to him, save, into the goal. In the back of the net.
Now within a point.
Swinford now come within a point to Charlestown. Must be said, I was unlucky there. He was lucky to get the rebound. Pat Durkin places the ball once again out there on the 21-yard line. Kevin McCudden races out, pick up this number 10. Pat Durkin runs up to take this kick. Delivers it high and long, a good kick out, good clearing kick. Out there is Chris Caulfield after it, picks it up. Inside, delivers long. Who's in there? Alan Riley. Delivers, picks it up. Shot blocked down. Delivered out here. Number 17, Adrian Moore picks it up once again, delivers the ball high and long. John McCallion is after it, and Robert O'Connell. Picked up by Robert O'Connell. Races away. Delivers long into no man's land. One out there, well played, picked up by Peter Brennan. Solos. Drops the ball. Kevin McCudden is racing out after it. Picked up out here by Anthony Conway. Picks it up, delivers it high and long. In there to the corner. Alan Riley is in under, receives a heavy shoulder and is sent out across the line. Adrian Moore in there to take this line ball for Swinford.
Come on, Anthony, get stuck in.
Delivers it high. Down in here under does Anthony Conway and Gary Smith. Broken on.
Come on, Benji, in on top of him.
Solos plays a short pass into Kevin O'Hagan. Being marked. Races through once again. Number 17 has the ball. Turns inside. Kicks. It's going to go wide the far side of the goals.
How much time left? What time is left?
12 minutes gone.
12 minutes gone in this half. I wonder now what the Charlestown mentors James Kilroy and Bobby O'Connell are thinking at this stage, urging their players on. I wonder have they got any master stroke that we're waiting for yet. Pat Durkin with the kick out, 6 yards out. Plays it cross field. Out here is John Casey, under it. Gathers well, John Casey. Solos up this swing. Soloing up. Plays, delivers the ball high. It's coming out under the sideline out here. Alan Riley gets away from his man. Plays a pass inside to David Tiernan. Tackled by Adrian Moore and pulled. Steps inside. Plays it back into Alan Riley. Plays a pass out to Peter Brennan. Looks up. Plays it all the way across to Anthony Conway, who overruns himself. Drawn on the ground. Picked up by Robert O'Connell. Tackled. Drawn on. Must be said Charlestown aren't at the races in there and forwards. Delivered long. 2 men under it. Picked up the break by Swinford. Played the ball long. Gary Smith races 2. Anthony Hanley. Tackled by Sean Gavigan. Breaks away. Delivers long into Henry Honeyman, who picks it up. Kicks it again. Once again out to Kevin O'Hagan. Johnny Charlestown man. Kevin McCudden picks it up. Drives through. And finds Anthony Conway. Doesn't even look up. Delivers straight into where every Swinford man is standing. John McCallion is all the way back there on his own. Delivers, clears his lines. Way out to the right wing.
Come on, Kevin.
Soloing up the far wing. Kevin McCudden is chasing him. Kevin McCudden seems to be dying. Throws it into Anthony Hanley. Plays the ball across low. Once again picked up by Kevin McCudden. Punches it out to Robert O'Connell. Plays it all the way out here to Peter Brennan. Looking for who plays past that. Made a bad effort at it. Picked up by Adrian Moore. Anthony Conway following him back. Solos left footed. Finds a man free inside. Brendan Horkin races back. Punched across the middle. Number 10 plays it back out. Michael Costello takes a shot. Gone to the right and gone wide. Must be said a let off there for Charlestown. Seemed to have men on, but a bad effort for a pass from Peter Brennan. Blocked down by Adrian Moore. Charlestown seem to have lost all shape. Once again, Pat Durkin with the kick out. Henry Honeyman makes himself available out there in the right wing. Pat decides not to use him. Comes up to take this kick. Kicked high and long with this way. John McCallion and John Casey. Broken in. Picked up by Kevin McCudden. Looks up. Delivers low in. Alan Riley races out to it. Dives on it. Michael Murtha. Tackled by Charlestown defenders. Kicks it out there. Finds Gary Smith on the far wing. Tackled by Chris Caulfield. Delivers off the ground. Straight in. Sean Gavin gets a hand to it. Kevin McCudden throws it out to Anthony Conway, who plays well.
Come on, lads,
Peter Brennan is back. Gets his free.
Leave it there, Peter.
Anthony Conway apologises to Adrian Moore for touching him on the leg. A free for Charlestown out here in this right wing. I see a lot of men looking for water here from the Charlestown team. It's not a good sign.
17 minutes gone.
17 minutes gone in this, plus whatever injury time Larry decides to play. Henry Honeyman urges his players on there, takes a drink. Throws the bottle back. Adrian Moore being attended out in the middle of the field.
Charlestown being put to the pin of the collar here, Colin.
Definitely.
Swinford have come back into the game, 2 quick goals there, and it's looking like Charlestown are going to have to fight all the way if they want to win this 4 in a row and equal what happened in 75. There's about 8 minutes, it said.
A necessitate a big effort now from Charlestown for this last 10 minutes.
12 minutes.
Last 12 minutes. Swinford having the more bite for the second half. It must be said into the scoring goal down there. 4 goals gone in the duration of this game.
Adrian Moore out here, he seems to be very severely injured. Could be a big loss to Swinford, he's one of their main men at the minute. Adrian Moore. He seems to have settled down the defence very well, picking up an awful lot of loose ball in the middle of the field.
We'll have a view from our London man, our London correspondent, Mr. Mark O'Donoghue here. What's his view on the second half?
My view is it's Swinford have come right back into it. Look to be shaking Charlestown out. Charlestown seem to be tiring, but their forwards need to pick up them balls and not be dropping them and dribbling them around the place. They need to be more accurate with their kicking too. A lot of their passes are going astray and they're not looking up. That's all I have to say for the moment.
It appears to me under here, Kieran, that Swinford seem to be warming up a sub here. Terry McNulty seems to be warming up.
We'll have a look at the expectation in the crowd.
There we have the crowd. See a former stalwart, Sean Riley there. One of the great full-backs in our time. Charlestown supporters don't seem to be shouting with the same glee and venom as they were at the start. See, we have a wave, someone sees us up there. There we have Angie Casey waving. Paddy Murray, Dolores Horkin, Sean Riley. Oh, the ladies' club have finally come to life without their voice.
Yes, very subdued people there, Colin. They're taking this game a lot more serious than the first half. They thought Charlestown would run away with it. But they've now decided to take a more serious view on the game. And a sorry sight to see a stretcher out in the field.
It seems to be Adrian Moore being lifted off there. Must be injury more serious than we first imagined. It didn't look a harsh tackle or anything.
John Moran, chairman of the Swinford Club, walking out there to investigate the damage. Sad to see a player having to be carried off on a stretcher. Very sad.
Here we have John Carney, chairman of the Charlestown Club, walking away.
Comment from John Carney there. Refuses to comment. Charlestown manager and all, senior manager.
We'll go to an ad break, I think, Colin.
I think we can hold on for 5 minutes. The ball out here resumes with a free to Charlestown to be taken by Robert O'Connell. Larry McAlin seems to be forgetting himself out here. He had already given a free for Charlestown. He takes the ball now and he's going hopping the ball. It must be said a very weird decision there, which brings boos to the crowd. So Adrian Moore will be a big loss to Swinford. He seemed to have calmed down the defence quite a lot in there. Ball being played in again. Sean Gavigan is out after it. Picks it up. Tackled by Anthony Hanley. Plays a long high ball out the far wing. Chris Caulfield broken away. Conor Healy. Chris Caulfield once again. Soloing two. Loads of space. Looks up. Can he find a man? Looking across. He sees Peter Brennan. Takes his shot. Kicks it. All the way. A great score by Chris Caulfield. Just what Charlestown needed at this stage of the game.
I think, Colin, that little rest that they got there while Adrian Moran was injured has done the players on the Charlestown team that are not fully match fit all the good in the world. They've got their breath back now again.
Maybe some words of wisdom from James Kilroy and Bobby O'Connell, their mentors of last year, who have lots of big match experience under their belts. Charlestown reigning county champions, it must be said. John Dunn with the kick out. Kicked long, high. Anthony Conway is in under it. Breaks away. Brendan Horkin kicks it on the ground. Out to Peter Brennan. Picks it up.
And clean off the ground, he picks it.
Played in long. Conor Healy isn't in there. No man's land. Tackle. Conor chases. Cleared left-footed. Long and high down the field. Robert O'Connell. Anthony Hanley misses it. Brendan Horkin picks it up. Been tackled. Clears left-footed. Down the field. Towards where Chris Caulfield is. Chris is out under. Picks it up. Plays it back. Robert O'Connell. Plays it low in. Alan Riley has it. Plays it off to Conor Healy. He's clean through. Kicks it over the bar. Great score from Charlestown. A wonderful move there. Started all the way out there in the far wing from a clearance by Brendan Horkin. Picked up by Chris Caulfield to Robert O'Connell, who plays in a long pass. Picked up by Alan Riley. Delivered first time to Conor Healy. And Conor Judy stuck it over the bar.
We have our...
So John Dunn with the kick out. Charlestown have pinched a bit of a lead once again. John Dunn kicks it high out the middle. Under it is Peter Brennan. Anthony Conway is in under it. Kevin O'Hagan. Picked up by Robert O'Connell. Races two. Plays it long into Alan Riley. Alan is in under it. Broken away from. Picked up by David Tiernan. Delivered outside to John Casey. John Casey is racing two. What is he going to do with it? Takes his shot. Kicks it over the bar. A great score from Charlestown.
Well played, Johnny Casey.
Once again, Charlestown go 4 points clear. Must be said that loss of Adrian Moran has been a great blow to Swinford. They seem to have lost all formation back there and backs. Have yet to start composing themselves. It appears that if John McCallion has gone back centre half back to mark Peter Brennan. Anthony Hanley once again comes out to midfield where Gary Smith goes in full forward. John Dunn with the kick out once again. Clears out this swing. Out after it is David Tiernan. Wins the ball. Being hassled by Michael Costello. Picked up here. Kevin O'Hagan out the far wing. Ball goes out to Terry McNulty. Being tackled by Henry Honeyman. Terry gets his free. Plays it in high and long. Down into the far corner. Brendan Horkin is in after it. Wins possession out there. Plays a short pass out to Robert O'Connell. Gary Smith out after him. Robert O'Connell races out. Plays the ball long into Noma. Picked up by Kevin O'Hagan. High ball in. Sean Gavigan is in under it. Drops the ball. Picked up. Played short. Oh my God, what a ball. Picked up by number 10. Kevin McCudden is chasing. Well picked, Kevin. Wins possession, plays a short pass out, finds Anthony Conway standing low in the middle of the field. Never looked up. John McCallion wins possession out there, races to the middle, delivers down right into the far corner. Number 10 seems to be winning a lot of possession out there, turns on his favoured left foot, kicks it high, comes right across into the middle of the... Well, Gary Smith in under, drops it. John Casey picks it on, wins his free. Ball goes out there.
4 minutes of normal time left. But there will be a couple minutes to add on.
4 minutes of normal time left, as Karen said. But we must take into account that injury to Adrian Moran. Back with the play, Robert O'Connell plays the ball. He's about 30 metres from his own goals. He looks up. Steps back.
Come on, Hector!
Charlestown need to hold concentration. Kicked high. It's gone high. Anthony Hanley in under. John Casey in under. Anthony Hanley picks it. Turns on his left foot. Kicked in. Robert O'Connell once again. Robert races out there. Going the far wing. Loads of speed. Robert races too. Plays it wide out to Chris Caulfield. Chris Caulfield in space. Carries the ball. Solos turns back. Makes an attempt. Pulled. Picked it up again. Peter Brennan makes himself available. Peter turns on his right foot. Plays it wide out the far wing here. Alan Riley races out after it. Alan will win possession here. Must be a Charlestown ball. No, a Swinford ball. Michael Costello to take this ball. Looks up, wants to play a short one. Wants men to make themselves... Robert O'Connell standing in there all on his own. Loads of time. Gathers well. Chris Caulfield. Turns out. Turns the wrong way, must be said. Oh, bad ball by Chris. Finds Kevin O'Hagan back there. Looks up. Plays a short ball. Finds Robert O'Connell. Passing seems to be gone very erratic at this stage. Robert O'Connell long ball in. Oh, once again, John McCallion. Drives it long, right down the far wind. Picked up by Chris Caulfield. Turns back. Chris, where are you going? Turns on his left foot, played it in there. Alan Riley is out there. Broken away from David Tiernan. Corner back out there, picks it up. Misses the first attempt, gathers it the second. Half blocked down, goes all the way out there, finds number 10 once again. Chris Caulfield refuses to follow him back. Peter Brennan races to the middle to make the extra defender. One goes through Sean Gavigan. Finds Peter Brennan, who made himself available, followed by Michael Costello. Blocked down, goes back out, picks it again. Robert O'Connell in the middle. Kicks it out over the sideline. And a line ball to Swinford. Must be said there was numerous Charlestown men available in the centre there, but Peter chose his wrong option to turn on his favourite right foot and kick it out over the sideline. John McCallion seems to be feeling the pain there. Tries to get his wind. Sets up to take this kick. Decides to kick it long. Gathered there, blocked. Miskicked. Swinford free for a foul by Robert O'Connell. We're calling the free. Seems to be a man injured here. James Kilroy shouting his directions in there. John McCallion seems to have taken a knock here. He's getting a rub from the Swinford mentors. I wonder will Larry hop the ball this time and give a hot ball to Charlestown. Larry's looking at his watch. John McCallion is fit to resume. Free from the hands, kicked high, kicked over the bar. Which resumes the score. Charlestown 2-11, Swinford 2-8. Still the 3-point deficit, just one score between the teams. Pat Durkin with the kick out once again. Pat Durkin with the kick out. Delivers it long, out, down the middle. Peter Brennan is up under it. Picked by Kevin O'Hagan, who gets his free. Delivers long once again. In there is Gary Smith. Sean Gavigan is out after the ball. Won by Gary Smith out there. Delivers his pass back out, finds Anthony Hanley, whose shot is half blocked down. Goes all the way out to the corner. Plays a bad pass in and picked. Oh, dispossessed. Finds Henry Honeyman out here in space. Delivers off to Chris Caulfield. Soloing up the right wing. Plays a left-footed ball in. Alan Riley. Michael Murta. Must be said Alan was wrong-footed there. Played a high ball in. Robert O'Connell is in under. Gathers comfortably. Solos. Runs out. Plays a short pass. Finds Pete over. Hit. Finds Conor Healy, who takes a heavy challenge there.
Come on, ref! He pulled him!
The crowd getting in there is Gary Smith. Cleared by Pat Durkin out this swing. It's not gone out of play yet. Gary Smith races out after. The ball won't go out. He takes a heavy challenge. He's out over the sideline. Picked up by Brendan Horkin.
Take your time, Brendan. Take your time.
Who looks for a man. Decides against it. Brendan Horkin finds John Casey in the middle, who is tackled by Gary Smith. Finds Robert O'Connell, sidesteps, goes on, carries the ball. Plays it long up the swing where John McCallion picks it up. Tackled by, delivers into the middle. Delivered high and long once again into the Charlestown danger. Gary Smith is in under it. Broken down here is Anthony Conway. Delivers long and low, only as far as Michael Costello. The Swinford man inside there is going to go out over his head and go wide.
Out there for Charlestown.
Must be said, Henry Honeyman, if he come in and mark his man, it might pay him better than me running out the wing out there. Once again, Pat Durkin with the kick out.
Well, time is up anyway, Colin.
We're in time added on for injuries. Pat Durkin with the kick out.
4
Larry looks at his watch again.
4 minutes.
Pat Durkin with the kick out, high, out the middle once again. David Tiernan is in under it. Swinford man gets us the break, delivers off to Anthony Hanley. Kicked high out to the far wing is Henry Honeyman in under it. Broken away to him to John Casey. Charlestown must be said are tiring. John Casey solo now with the ball. Plays the ball. He's out. Over the sideline. Charlestown ball, he carried it out.
Charlestown ball.
Peter Brennan delivers long in there. David Tiernan is inside. He's racing in. Will he catch this ball? He must catch it for Charlestown. Pushed out on top of his head. And the ball is taken away from him. Who has it now? Conor Healy has it. Being tackled by John McCallion. Must be fouled. Plays it outside. Alan Riley is out there. Plays it outside. Peter Brennan turns. High ball. It's going to go to the left and gone wide. John Dunn quickly picks his ball out again. Charlestown have to remarshal their troops. Get them out. John Dunn races back. Kicks the ball out the far wing. Under it is Kevin McCudden. Picked. Must be fouled. Yes, Kevin gets his free. But places the ball to take his time.
Whatever time he adds on.
John Casey.
Don't tell the ref, like. It's so confusing to do that, Craig.
John Casey tying his lacer out there. Got permission from Larry McAlin to tie his lacer.
Shut up, would ya?
Swinford man, big man down there shouting abuse in at John Casey. John Casey once again places the ball to take his free. Larry McAlin no doubt will be adding more time on for this. Larry could add 5 minutes on for a stoppage like that. John Casey steps up, kicks it long, and gone to the left and it's gone wide. John Dunn once again with the kick out. Kicks it long, out the far wing. Who's under it? Swinford gathered the ball. Tackle hard, turns back inside. Ball is kicked long and high in. Henry Honeyman and Terry McNulty broken away from by Henry Honeyman. Swinford ball. Ball is kicked in long. Number 10 is free again. It's going to go out over the end line. It's gone wide. Charlestown must be said must have loads of time now. Pat Durkin gathers this ball. Like you know, like Ivan. Pat Durkin with this kick out, placing it.
Come on, Charlestown, under it now. It's the one to win, Charlestown.
Get this ball!
Charlestown supporters in good voice, urging their team on here. Pat Durkin with this kick out. Kicks it long, out this swing. John Casey's out under it and David Tiernan. Gathered by David Tiernan. Free, gets his free. Plays it in long, picked by Alan Riley. Well played, Alan. Breaks away from his man. Finds Peter Brennan out here. David Tiernan inside. Has he the legs? Yes, he turns. He's heavily tackled, turns again. Kicks it wide. Must be said there he had space and time to kick that over, swing that over the bar. John Dunn with the kick out the far side.
Larry reckons there's 2 minutes left.
Kicked away, picked up John Casey. Oh my God. John Casey gets a free. Telling the Charlestown players, telling him to take his time with this ball.
Take your time.
Got away with a bad mistake there, John Casey. There, Robert O'Connell places this ball. He stands up to take this kick. Charlestown men with their backs to the ball. Delivers it high and long in there, and it's Alan Riley. Well played, Alan. Picked off John McCallion, soloing down through the middle. Finds
Come on,
Michael Costello.
Peter!
Peter Brennan is
Follow
after him. Kicks it long in there. Kevin McCudden picks it clean off the ground. Well played. Full time and Charlestown retain their title.
Charlestown! Avoid Jane!
Jubilation has to be said.
Jubilation in the Charlestown side, but
Jubilation.
Crowd are going
We'll
mad.
have a look at the crowd over here.
well deserved. Charlestown Ladies Committee up there. Delighted at most of their sons retaining this title.
What do you think of that? Sorry.
There you have the scenes out there. Charlestown retaining their title.
I'd like to congratulate both teams.
Gilmartin Cup.
I'd like to congratulate or thank all of the teams in East Mayo. Every team in East Mayo, every club in East Mayo treated a team at under-21 level, and that is great in these times, especially when the players are so scarce on the ground. I don't know what we'll say about Charlestown, because I think this is the fourth time in a row for the under-21 title. You don't win 4 titles in a row without putting in some sort of an effort into it. And I think that it's an example to the rest of the clubs in the division and in the county indeed. And I'd like to congratulate them and wish them well in the county semi-final. Again, we hope to take a county title as well. I'd just like to say hard enough to Swinford to put in a fine performance there. They lost a good player there during the match. I thought they were going to take it at that time. Just a little bit of hard luck. The 2 goals early on made a bit of a difference to them. But anyway, they have a young team. I think most of them will be under 21 next year, and we very much see them back here in the final next year. Congratulations, both teams. Thanks, Robbie.
Must be said, the Charlestown manager there, Robbie O'Connell, has a very cross face on him. If we can get a look at him.
Just cool in them now.
Harry McAlin for refereeing the game. I think he made a fairly good job of it.
Have to thank the Swinford team. It was a very hard, tough game. I don't think we could ask for tougher. I think when their player got injured, it nearly did us more good than them. We got back into the game then, we got 3 good scores. I think that was the difference between us. I've got to thank our trainers as well. Without them, I don't think we'd be here. It's been hard to live up to last year's team, but I think we've been doing it. Yeehaw! James Kilroy and the old man there as well. They've been putting us through it up in the park on the dark night, and I think it's paid off here today. I'd like to give 3 cheers to Swinford anyway before we go.
Shout loud, boys! Shout loud!
Hey, Pip! Hey, Pip!
We're not going to stand back. We're not going to stand down. We'll get at it again.
Everybody training, lads. Everybody training. The lads that are away in Donegal or Galway or wherever you are, lads, in Dublin, you have to put in the effort, lads. We need another step up from what we had today to win a county title. We have to go one step further, lads, to get fitter. Sean Gavian, Kevin McCudden, Alan Riley. There's a few more there, lads, 5 or 6 that need an extra bit of training more so than the rest. But now, from now on, we have to put it in, lads. We're going to be training again on Tuesday evening at 8 o'clock in the park. Okay? Everybody, lads. I don't want anybody saying it was late, they didn't know what time the training was at. 8 o'clock Tuesday evening, lads. And we're on our way to the county final if we can put in another effort. Good stuff, lads. Great performance.
Well, as you can gather, we're here in the victorious Charlestown dressing room. We get a word from the manager, Mr. Bobby O'Connell. What do you think, Bobby?
A very good win. We had to fight hard, and I like that, because you won't win titles without fights. And we said we're inclined to sit down with having a lead. But as you can see, Swinford came back last year. They came back again today. And I said that's a difficult thing to do, to beat. But I said we must dig in now. And I said we have 2 weeks left.
The team of last year has carried that forward, and undoubtedly to hopefully forward to better things. What do you think, James?
I think today meant an awful difference to these lads. After last year's county final, they were kind of living in the footsteps of the men that went before them last year. They've come out today, they've showed they're every bit as good as the lads that won it last year, and I think if they put in the effort, they'll definitely win another county title back to back, the first time ever done. Thanks very much. See you, lads.
Where do we start? For Charlestown. Brendan, you had a tough game there. Sub came in on you. He seemed to give you a bit of a roasting, but you fought hard and got back. How does it feel to win?
Oh, great to win, but I wouldn't say he gave me a roast. And they got a couple of lucky balls there, but I think I kept them under control all the time.
What do you think of the break of Adrian Moore getting injured? You seemed to have your backs against the walls up to then, but then you pulled 3 points clear. How do you feel that contributed towards your win?
Well, I think it was the rest more than anything else that just let us get our breath back and everything. We were back on top then. I wouldn't say that them losing him had an awful lot to do with it. He didn't get an awful lot of ball there at the back, I wouldn't say myself.
Well played, Brendan. Here we have David Tiernan, the right half forward on the team. Came into it there vital stages towards the end of the game. David, how's it feel to win?
Oh, brilliant. First time win a big East Mayo now. Delighted to win.
David is on the county minor team too. No doubt it'll stand to him in good stead, these big match occasions.
I hope so. It's been an experience now. Hopefully get better now in the months to come.
Here we have, as they call, the Johnny Dexter of the team, the hard man, the hard hitting, playing half back this evening, but in his usual role there, always holding up the corner back, Henry Honeyman. Henry.
Good game. Pulled together as a team. Good shooting by the forwards and good play by the backs, and that's what won us for today.
How did you find? Did you find you had a handful there?
At times I was a bit worried, like when they got the penalty and they got the first goal, but just kept the team going, keep going. I knew we'd get it.
Well played, Henry. Here we have one of the midfielders, Anthony Conway, high fielding midfielder out there. Had his hands full, I'd say, today with John McCallion. What did you think, Anthony?
I was tough enough now, Bucking. It was. But there's the trainer stood to us, and I'm saying this same time as I done last year. He was a gentleman. That's what he wants now, right?
Did you think your big match occasion last year stood to you, Annie? The bit of what would they say?
Jeez, it always stands to you, the bit of experience, like these young bucks coming up. And the bit of experience helps them all right. Aye.
Thanks, Anthony. Here we have his partner, John Casey, Mark and Anthony Hanley there. Anthony had to be taken off him there a few times, but John had his hands full there. Big blondie guy in the middle.
I had indeed, Colin. He must be the guts of 6'5", I think, and he was hard to get up with, but I think he only caught a few two but he's hard to get up on, okay.
You kicked some great scores there, John, at vital times.
I suppose I did, but it doesn't matter who kicks them as long as they're scored. And we scored them, and that's all that matters.
That's the truest word you ever said. Chris, what's it like to win again this year?
I think I'm getting sick of it now at this stage. But it was a very tough game. It was going to be always hard for, especially after we got off such a good start. 2 goals. I was afraid when we got the 2 goals that we might relax too much and they'd come back, but we did it in the end, so that's the way.
Yes, we're at the lead at the final post. That's what they say. That's the place to be. Here we have Kevin McCudden. I wonder, is that sweat that's coming off him?
Sweat that's coming off me now at this moment, but it won't be after a while because I'm hanging on the beer. And this is my friend Sean Gavigan, construction study diploma.
These are 2 senior players that have to come and play football tomorrow that are going on the beer, we hear. Kev, it's nice to win.
It is very nice to win now. It's very nice to win, all right.
Well, how did you feel going into the game? Did you think you could beat them?
Well, I wasn't really too sure now at the stage, but I presumed we would have been, you know. There at the last few minutes was hard, but we done it. We'll do it again.
Sean, you seem to be marking their biggest men all day. How did you feel?
I felt they were a fair size now. They were a turn above me, but there's good backs beside me, and I knew if I didn't get it, one of them would get it, and the forwards did the biz in the end. So
well said, Sean Gallagher.
I think that was well said by me.
Must be said the forwards did do very well, converted their possession to scores. Brendan, you were on the subs today. What did you think? The view from the sideline.
Great game. I thought at one stage they were going to walk away with it, but they had to fight all the ways. And it's a great win for them.
Definitely, 2-2. Conor Healy, corner forward there, slotted the first goal, or the second goal. How did it come for you, Conor?
Just come off the crossbar and I stuck out the hand in shoe-ins. Delighted to be there.
How did you feel during the game? Did you feel you always at the edge of them or anything like that?
Shagged. Huh? Shagged. Not a never in.
Here we have a view from the far sideline. Mr. Valentine Lennon was over there. Val, what did you think?
Very good. Very scintillating first half. I was ready for this great second half, and I'm glad they bet Swinford anyways.
There you have the view of Valentine Lennon. We see the corner forward, Alan Riley, over here, and we get a word with Alan. Alan, how did you feel?
Mighty, absolutely mighty.
Was it? Yeah, Michael Murty and yourself had a rare old tussle in there all the time. He never gave you much space. How did you feel about that?
That's been good. That's gone back a few years now, so it is. And I know Michael well, and I told him he needed a haircut, but like, no, it's great to beat Swinford. Mighty, absolutely.
It's great to retain the title too. Under-21 medals in Charlestown. Mr. Robert O'Connell. Robert, how did you feel during the game?
Oh, that was a tough one for sure. Haven't been as tired coming off a pitch in a long time.
You look fit, Robert, though. You made some great runs up there. You were there at vital stages there in the centre half back position to get lots of loose ball.
There's a lot of loose play. They pulled their centre forward up the field, and I was loose down our half back line. Picked up a lot of loose play and could afford to go up the field with no man behind me. I think we fought very hard. We got our second win there, kind of when Adrian Moore got injured that time, and we came back. We got 3 points, and that was the difference between the teams at the end of the day. Those early goals stood to us. I think we needed that head start.
You had your backs against the walls, and full credit, you kept going all the way through. What about your passing? How did you reflect on your passing for the game?
Our passing kind of slacking off there in the second half. I think tired legs were beginning to come into it a bit. And I think some more training is definitely needed before we can reclaim the county title again this year.
You're going on to meet Ball, I heard them saying. How do you feel? Do you any confidence?
I feel like Swinford is going to be as tough as any team you're going to meet at this stage of the competition anyway. So they hold no fears for us anyway, and we're well able to take them on.
Very well done, Robert. Congratulations. Must be say he was involved in nearly every move up the pitch. Played very well. Peter got a lot of possession. How did you feel, Peter, during the game?
Well, I never fairly played well. You know, I thought we got the early scores that counted, put them on the board. Like it was different against Balladreen. We didn't put them on, but I think it showed to us in the end. That
must be said you had a lot of different markers during the game, Peter. You must have been improving a real handful.
I didn't know who I was on for most of the first half. They were switching from the corner forward, came on me midway through the first half, so they were switching around until Adrian Moore came on me, then he stuck to me.
Until his injury?
Until his injury, yeah.
Do you think that injury contributed anyway to your win? You pulled 3 points clear after it.
I think it was a major loss to the back line because he seemed to get a lot of possession. He was able to carry the ball through, you know. I think it was a major loss. I think it was their downfall.
So are you looking forward to the county semi-final now against Ball?
Oh, hopefully now we'll beat them again.
Charlestown senior team, Tommy Halligan on the Division 1 team and John Willie Kilroy on the Division 4 team. Here we are outside the dressing rooms here in Kilchama. We'll get the views of Tommy Halligan on that game. Tom, what did you think?
I thought it was a very good game, and Charlestown just about deserved it now on the day. Swinford made them work very hard for their win, and I thought the turning point of the game was when that lad got injured and Charlestown got the breather and they got 3 points straight away afterwards, and that seemed to turn the game for them.
Yes, it was through that injury. After that, Charlestown pulled 3 points clear. That rest seemed to do them a lot of good. John, what did you think?
The start off very well with them first 2 goals. It made an awful difference to them at the finish. If they hadn't, you know, and but they died at vital stages of the game. I just hope that they won't die the next day when they're playing. And rallied well at the end.
Did you think, or how do you think they'll do against Ball in the county semi-final?
Well, as John said, if they can continue with that momentum and keep it going and keep at it, they should go fairly well. They should do well in the county semi-final.
John, your views on the county semi-final? Something to look forward to, no doubt.
Definitely. I just hope they all start training now and put in the effort. I mean an awful lot on the day if they put it in now. and we'll just have to wait and see.
There we go, Karen. Here we are, we have the view of Peter Garrity from the Swinford camp. What's the view from the Swinford dressing room, Peter? You were unlucky.
Well, the 2 goals we gave you early on, Colin. Soft goal is always there in front of you at the end of a match.
And that injury to Adrian Moore in there seemed to fall apart after it.
We were coming back into it at that stage. He was coming well from behind and driving the ball forward, and definitely it changed the game from there, you know. He got 3 points while he was being carried out the gate, so.
Yeah.
But it was a good game of football. I felt right good game of football, and that's the way it goes. You know?
That's football. Well, hopefully you can extend the good get well wishes of the Charlestown GA club to Adrian Moore anyway. Hope he's not too badly injured.
Right, off you go, lads, with them. Good luck.
Tommy Gavigan. Then we have the Brennans and Maureen Byrne. Jerry Healy, manager of the under-13 team. Oh, here we have Martin Kilroy. And there's the Zoker, Jojo.
And here the cavalcade is rolling into town after a great win over Swinford. 4 in a row of East Mayo Under-21 titles. The captain, Robert O'Connell, one of the few men to hold 4 consecutive Under-21 medals. James Kilroy. And big jubilation and celebration here in Charlestown. A fine achievement, achieved already in 1975, 76, 77 and 78. And now they've equalled the record this year by winning 4 consecutive titles, 89, 90, 91 and 92. And hopefully they'll go on for 5 in a row next year.
And we have with us Charlestown Sarsfield's chairman, Mr. John Carney. John, what were your views on the game?
Well, they worked very hard, and it was a hard-fought match, and they done very well to hold out. I thought they were under pressure for a while, but they came back and came good in the finish.
Do you think the absence of Paul Cunny, Michael Smith, and then the injury to Adrian Moore contributed in any way towards Charlestown's victory?
It's very hard to know, you know. You never know those things unless they play, you know. People are always talking about people we missing, but no one ever knows that when they haven't played. That's a hard question to answer, really. Unless your players play, and you never know.
So what advice can you give the team now as they prepare for their county semi-final?
Oh, I think there are 3 or 4 players that need to train a little bit more, that lack maybe a bit of fitness and a bit of sharpness. Maybe 4 players at least, anyway.
Here we have Clement Riley, Mr. Clement Riley of Low Park. Can we have a word with him? And Sarah Jane. Sarah Jane, what did you think of that game?
Give it a back. Huh? Who won the match, Colin?
Okay, Clement.
Under-21.
Clement.
Swinford, Charlestown.
Charlestown won.
By much?
Going a word.
So what do you want to ask me, like?
Clem, what did you think of the game?
Great game to win. Delighted for Charlestown. I'm going to get pissed now, thanks.
What does Mrs. Riley have to say about that?
Good game, good first half, and Swinford came back, but in the end, Charlestown with a better team. Better team.
He never give the mic away. You see the programme this night.
There's Stephen Healy, Cairn, former commentator. Couldn't afford his fee tonight, though.
I was very disappointed I lost my job. I didn't think I deserved to lose my job. We'll have to have a word with my union.
Kieran will have to edit that.
UG.
Kieran, Stephen, what did you think of the game?
Oh, it was a good game of football now. Charlestown looked to be losing their grip in the second half, but they came back well. And I think that could go on and win a county title there if they're not careful. was a couple of great performances.
Notably who, Stephen?
I thought Robert Connell had an outstanding game. Showed his experience, especially in the second half when Charlestown were under pressure.
Yes, definitely. When the chips were down, Robert O'Connell picked up a lot of loose ball there.
John Casey too kicked some I don't know, was it 4 or 5 magnificent points. Kevin McCutton had a fairly good game too, very solid. Sean Gavigan tried hard. It was a good effort though, in fairness now, because I thought Swinford...
They must have fancied their chances.
I fancied Swinford now from the outset, but seeing that the 2 players weren't there today, it tilted the balance in Charlestown's favour.
What about the injury to Adrian Moran?
That was a key point, alright. I thought that it stopped Swinford in their tracks. They lost the momentum. And that was the best thing that happened to Charlestown, that there was a hold-up.
A few of the Charlestown defenders looked in need of a breather at certain times there.
Oh yeah, there was a couple of the Charlestown men dying on their 2 feet. I think that 5 minutes that off, they got the win back, and it served them in... That break in the play certainly did Charlestown's chances no harm at all, and it gave a couple of the fellas that were wilting the chance to get their breath back.
What about Charlestown's ability to contribute on the break to score?
Yeah, Charlestown were... Swinford were the fitter team, but it was just pure talent that won Charlestown the game, in all fairness now, and I go on record as saying that. Swinford were by far the fitter team, but they just hadn't got the talent that Charlestown had for picking off long-range points. And Swinford always had to work hard to score, whereas Charlestown it came naturally to them. Especially towards the end there, they slotted over 3 lovely points. Finney!
Finney!
Did you have a word?
We're at the game.
There, Finney, have a word there, you're on telly.
I was highly impressed, delighted for the lads, and I wish them the best luck in the county final. Thank you.
Sean Riley, what did he think of this game?
Proud of the young contingent. They would have declared themselves into the town.
It was a hard-fought win.
It was, but you know, the 2 goals they got at the start of the match, I think paid dividends at the end. But nevertheless, like, you know, they had to fight very, very hard in the last 15 minutes, but they pulled through. And I hope they go further.
And what do you think of their chances in the county semi-final?
Well, I don't think it's known yet, as a matter of fact, who they're playing. Some says Ball, and I'd say there'll be a formidable opposition. No, but with our lads have to keep their game together, and
they have experience.
They have the experience and use the ball judiciously. I'd see no reason in the world of God where they cannot beat them. If they go out in that frame of mind, they will win it, and they win the county final, please God. And the best luck to them, and I hope they do.
That's the best we can do.